Hello, good morning everybody. Today our learning task is a reading learning task, all about the traditional tale, The Three Little Pigs. So I'm going to read it first and then I will explain your learning task. Okay. I'm sure there are lots of other videos and versions of this story online, so another thing you could do is look at the different versions and talk about and think about how they are different and how they're the same. This is the version I'm going to use. The Three Little Pigs. There's our title page. The author of this version, well, it's based on a traditional tale and it's been retold by an author called Nicola Baxter, illustrated by an illustrator called Jan Lewis. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs. They were brave, they were bold, but they weren't very big. One fine day, the little pigs set off to see the world. Goodbye, Mother. Goodbye, dear piglets. Always look out for the big, bad wolf, said their mother. He's bad, he's big, and he'd love to eat a tasty little pig. The three little pigs hadn't gone far when they met a man carrying a heavy load of straw. I could build a very fine house with that straw, said the first little pig. So he did. The two little pigs set off, leaving their brother at his house of straw. Before long, a man came by with sticks on his back piled ever so high. I could build a very fine house with those sticks, said the second little pig, and so she did. The last little pig set off, leaving his sister at her house of sticks, and soon he met a man carrying a load of bricks. I could build a very fine house with those bricks, said the third little pig, and he did. Meanwhile, who was creeping up to the house of straw? It was the big bad wolf. The pig, little pig, let me come in, he growled. No, by the hairs on my chinny chin, I won't let you in, squeaked the first little pig. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, roared the wolf. Help! And he did. And that was the end of the first little pig. Next the wolf crept up to the house of sticks. Little pig, let me come in, he growled. No, by the hairs on my chinny chin, I won't let you in, squeaked the second little pig. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, roared the wolf. Help! And he did. And that was the end of the second little pig. Next the wolf crept up to the house of bricks. Little pig, let me come in, he growled. No, by the hairs on my chinny chin, I won't let you in, squeaked the third little pig. I'm safe in here, he's saying. So the wolf huffed and puffed, and he huffed and he puffed, but he couldn't blow down the house of bricks. I need a new plan, he's saying. I wonder why that was. Little pig, called the wolf. Be ready at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning and we'll gather some tasty turnips. I'll be there. The little pig knew that the wolf planned to eat him. Smart pig. So off he set at 5 o'clock, and he filled his basket with tasty turnips and hurried home for 6 o'clock. Bother, growled the wolf. What a clever pig. Little pig, called the wolf, be ready at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning and we'll pick some juicy apples. I wonder if the pig knows. So the little pig set off at 4 o'clock. That's an hour before 5 o'clock, isn't it? And he filled his basket with juicy apples and hurried home for 5 o'clock. Bother, said the wolf. Little pig, called the wolf, be ready at 4 o'clock this afternoon and we'll go to the fair. As soon as the wolf went away, the little pig set off for the fair and had so much fun. Things they can do at the fair. You ever been to a fair like that? I can see in the distance. He's coming along. At 4 o'clock the wolf arrived. Just then the little pig rolled back from the fair inside a barrel, and he bowled right over the wolf. Bowled him over, he knocked him over. Quickly the little pig ran indoors. Now the wolf was really angry. He climbed onto the roof. Little pig, I'm coming to eat you up, he shouted down the chimney. Indoors, the pig put a pot of water on to boil. Suddenly the wolf fell down the chimney into the pot of boiling water with a crash and a splash. And that was the end of the big bad wolf. And the little pig said, now I can live happily ever after in my very fine house of bricks. And he did. Okay. So your task A today is to read their story, which you've just done. Well done, you've done task A. You might also want to read some different versions, as I said before, because there's lots of different ways that they end. They all follow a similar pattern. They've usually got 3 pigs that build houses, but there are some things that are the same and some things that are different, which will be interesting to think about. Your task B is to retell that story that you've just heard, the story of the 3 little pigs. You might do that using your toys in your house. You might do that using some puppets you might make. You could use a sock puppet. You could use some Play-Doh to make your characters. You might even make the setting. So that's your task B. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you do with that. Task C today is to write a thought bubble for a character in the story. You might do one character, you might do more than one, you might do all of the characters, but your thought bubble needs to show what your character's thinking at different parts in the story. And it might also say how they're feeling. I've put some examples of ways you might begin your thought bubble in the file that has been sent to your grown-ups. To write your thought bubble, you'll need to use your sounds to spell words. You'll need to begin your sentence with a capital letter. You'll need to end your sentence with a full stop. Maybe a question mark if it's a question. Maybe even an exclamation mark that we learnt about last week, year ones. So challenge yourself, think about what your characters are thinking, what they're feeling, and infer using clues from the text so you can decide what to write in their thought bubble. Okay, good luck. Can't wait to see what you come up with, and I will see you tomorrow for a new learning challenge. Bye.